So Rand Paul has done some things that progressives like, fighting for civil liberties. That's great. Shouldn't we all want that? Conservatives, libertarians, and liberals. But if you want to get carried away and think that he's a totally reasonable guy, well, I would urge caution. Okay, so he came out with this tax plan. Now he's in favor of a flat tax. Of course. A lot of Republicans are in favor of a flat tax because what does it do? It keeps your taxes about where it is, but it massively lowers taxes on the rich. Remember who Rand Paul works for. But if you're not clear, well, let's tell you the story and let's tell you how this tax plan works. I think it'll become clear. Rand Paul would put into place a 14.5% rate for individual business and investment income and remove all but a couple of the tax breaks currently on the books. Now, again, remember, a lot of average Americans are paying about 14.5% tax, but if you're in the top bracket, you're paying all the way up to nearly 40% in taxes. So if you're in the top bracket, this is going to be a massive, unbelievable tax cut for you. Okay, let's get into more nuances. Taxpayers would get to keep deductions for home mortgage interest and charitable deductions under Paul's plan, and would also not have to pay any payroll taxes. Well, this sounds lovely. Plus, the gift and estate taxes would be scrapped, which is an unbelievable giveaway to the rich, and literally to billionaires. And the first $50,000 of a family of four's income would be exempt from taxes. And everybody would get every present they wanted at Christmas. So yes, we'll just take away all revenue from the federal government. It'll work great. It'll be splendid. No taxes for anybody. And then we'll have anarchy. Won't that be fun? How are you going to fund all the wars? Now, to be fair, Rand Paul is less for the wars. He's for the wars, but less than the other Republicans. So maybe he can do a little bit of savings there. Okay. Do you know how much this would cost the U.S. government in the first 10 years? $2 trillion in revenue. Not million, not billion, $2 trillion in revenue. The Kentucky Republican says that his broader fiscal plan would actually reduce the federal debt. He then added that monkeys would fly out of his butt. Yeah, I'm going to take away $2 trillion in revenue, but I'm going to reduce the debt. Okay, Santa, what else can I get? Really, do you believe that? Dyed-in-the-wool, conservative or libertarian, you think you take away $2 trillion? Do you have the sense of how big a number that is? And yet somehow magic, the economy is going to grow and flourish because we cut taxes on the rich, and it's going to lift all boats, and it's going to trickle all over us. We've been hearing that for 40 years. And then if it trickles even more and you're soaked in the urine of the rich, and then we'll have wonderful prosperity and the economy will grow and we'll make up the revenue over $2 trillion. And then no, he's a bullshit politician. So he's like, yeah, tax cuts for the rich who are my donors. Give me the money, give me the money, give me the money, give me the money. I work for you. I work for you. Here's the present I have for you. And then it destroys our government. It destroys our revenue. We can't build bridges or highways or get people jobs. I'll promise them the sky and the heaven and the unicorns and the rainbows and a double rainbow if you want. Sure, it'll reduce the deficit. Of course it will. Senator Rand Paul says, today the American people see the rot in the system that is degrading our economy day after day and want it to end. That is exactly what the fair and flat tax will do through a plan that's the boldest restoration of fairness to American taxpayers in over a century. Okay, fairness. But you already pay about that in taxes if you're a middle-class American. Some of you pay more, but a lot of people, once you take everything into account, pay about that much. So what's he looking for fairness for? He's looking to be even more fair to the rich. Yeah, that's been the problem in this country. We just haven't been fair enough to the rich. He explains, though the rich will pay a lower rate along with everyone else, they won't have special provisions to avoid paying lower than 14.5%. Is he not merciful? Don't worry, the rich won't pay lower than 14.5%. Look, I agree with Rand Paul on some things, and I'm glad that he fights from the right wing on those issues that we agree upon. But if you think he doesn't work that he's not owned lock, stock, and barrel by the rich and doesn't work purely for them, you got another thought coming to you. This is the whole point of the Rand Paul campaign. The other is the window dressing. Libertarian civil liberties, not a little bit less war. Rich, here you go, $2 trillion, put it in your pocket, run. That's what Rand Paul's about. Keep it real.